Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming videos. If you are already a subscriber, please make sure you hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload. Thank you so much for your continued support. Also, give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Both of those things help support my channel and I truly appreciate your support. Let's get started. Today I'm going to be creating a layout and I'm in a new location when I filmed this video. I filmed several videos here in my living room at a fold-up table, and so the location is a little bit different. But I am going to be documenting these two photos. The very first thing that I did was pull some white cardstock and trim it down, and then I have a border at the top and the bottom of the layout, and the collection that I'm going to be using is Dear Lizzy Here and Now collection. I will have all of these supplies linked down below in the description if you want to purchase them, or maybe if you want to get some for yourself. I am using some Dina paints. I love these paints so much. They're acrylic paints, but they're small. I like that they're small. They don't take up much room in your craft room, and they're not expensive. So it's acrylic paint, and the colors that I'm using is Night, which is a really dark navy blue, and then Rosy, which is a rose gold, and it's just so pretty. So I'm using a dry brush, and you can see here off to the right hand side I have some packaging that I put my paint on, and I'm just going back and forth with a dry brush with a good amount of paint. This paint is quite thick, but it goes on very nice and really smooth. And I'm also using a Dina paintbrush, and I really love her paintbrushes. So there's what it looks like so far. So I'm putting the photos on and trying to see how much I need to add more paint. And I wanted to bring, here in a minute, I think I'm going to bring the blue over a little bit further, because I end up going further out with the rose gold color, and I just felt like I also needed to now bring in that navy blue a little bit further, and so I was kind of going for this triangle kind of look. And to be quite honest, when I first started, I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I was like, let's just dry brush some paint and see what happens. And that first paint stroke, I was like, oh God, this paint is really dark, which was the blue. And so then I put the rose color next to it, and it worked perfect. And I really end up loving this layout. It came together so nicely. And now everything's dry. I did let it dry. I let it air dry. But this acrylic paint, as long as you're not putting it on like super heavy and thick, it dries really fast, y'all, without a heat gun. There is a lot of warping because I did add quite a bit of paint. And the cardstock was not gessoed or anything. It wasn't prepped. And it's just regular cardstock. It's not watercolor cardstock. So yeah, it did warp, but it doesn't really bother me that much, to be quite honest. I am doing some paper layers behind the photos, and I did leave a white border when I printed my photos from home. I liked the way that looked, and so I brought in, this collection has lots of bright colors in it, but it also has that real dark navy blue in it. And so I was bringing in those colors with the photo mats, and they're really thin photo mats, but they're bringing in that navy blue back onto the layout. And then you'll see here in a minute when I start embellishing, I'm going to bring in some more colorful embellishments to brighten up the page a little bit. And the photos are really bright because they were sitting in my craft room right in front of the big window at my desk. And these are photos of the new guava passion fruit drink at Starbucks. and it looks like a pink drink, but it's not the pink drink. It's I'm pretty sure it's the guava passion fruit, I think is what it is. Guava something. Guava something. Um, but it's fruity and tropical tasting. And so I had an idea in my mind for my title. Well, it wasn't really in my mind. It was on a cut apart, and I saw the cut apart and I was like, yes, that is my title for this layout, but I didn't want to use the cut apart. So when you are creating a layout and you have no idea what to use for a title, sometimes looking at cut aparts or looking at your embellishments can help spark a title. And that's one way that I like to get titles, because then they're already made for you. You really don't have to come up with one on your own. And so I'm going to be using these super pretty thickers. I love that they have two different colors. There's a sparkly rose gold and then like a foiled rose gold, and they go perfectly together. And I had navy blue thickers that I had brought in to use, but I ended up wanting to put my title over top of the navy blue paint, and so I just didn't think that it would look right. So I used these, and the title is going to be Mentally Somewhere Else, because it's a tropical drink and I'm in quarantine. I go out, well, now that our state has lifted restrictions, I still don't really go anywhere except for the grocery store. But every once in a while I'll stop at Starbucks and go through the drive-thru and get a drink or something after the grocery store. And this day, that is what I did. And I brought it home and drank it at the house. And I was mentally somewhere else. I just thought that that was just perfect because it was the truth. So a lot of the embellishments that I'm going to use are going to go around kind of the title, even though it really has nothing to do with the pictures. Here's me with my tropical drink from Starbucks. If you look at it, you would have no idea that it was a tropical drink. It just looks like a drink. And so I'm going to embellish accordingly to the title and how I was feeling, kind of. And so I think sometimes, for me at least, I am like, this is the photo, I can only use this. But sometimes I like to kind of think outside of the box and think about what the picture means to me or how I was feeling in the picture, and use embellishments or titles according to that. And so that was fun to do. So I saw this little camper and I was like, there's no way I'm going to ever use this on another page. Because it is a big embellishment and we don't go camping. But mentally, I was somewhere else. Mentally, I was somewhere on an island, somewhere on a beach, maybe in a camper. I don't know, but I was mentally somewhere else. Probably a beach for sure. I was definitely on a beach. So I decided to use the palm tree and the little camper and then the summer bucket list, which I could write some things in because it is summertime now, or almost summertime at least. And then the piece at the top right hand corner says vacay on my mind. Definitely was wishing I was on a vacation somewhere for sure. And so I thought that that fit well on this layout. And then I'm going to use this camera because I feel like a camera works on anything because they're photos. That's just my 2 cents. So I'm going to use that right there. And I did put some foam because the photo is behind foam. And so that is the reason why I did that. So that is pretty much my layout. I am going to add some of those rose gold sequins in a couple places here in just a minute. And I love the way this layout came together. It definitely was nothing like this in my mind when I thought about it or when I started, but I really, really am encouraging you to get your paints out, and don't be scared. Don't be scared. I was honestly, and I've been playing with my paints and art journaling for a while now, and I still get kind of nervous. But it's just paper. It's just paper. It's okay if you mess up. You can hide it with putting a photo over it, or putting embellishment over it, or flipping the paper over, or just get a new piece of paper. So I encourage you to sit down and play with your products. Pull out some of your paints if you have any acrylic paints or mists, and have fun, because I definitely had a ton of fun creating this layout. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, again, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Also, I will have these products linked in the description box. So all you have to do is look below the video, and there's like a little arrow thing, or it says show more, and you can open that up and it shows you all of the things. There will also be some close-up photos at the end, so you can see this layout up close and see all of the little elements. And yeah, I really love the way that this layout came together. At the very end of this video, there will be a couple videos that you might be interested in watching as well. And I hope that y'all would check them out, and show those videos some love. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to spread love and be kind. I hope that you all have an amazing day. Bye.